I feel as if this is a prank and the real guy who's got this camera is going to come in and kick my head in.
Okay, ready?
No, I can't draw a penis. I'm on a lens, man.
Sweet!
They may wear costumes, but it isn't Halloween. They're real-life superheroes.
At the beginning of the movie, we find Dave Lazuski kick-ass pretty much exactly where we left him. A significant amount of time has passed. It's been a few years, but he hasn't really grown or changed yet, and he's sort of in a position in his life that I think we can all relate to, where he's asking questions like, who am I, and what kind of person do I want to be, and what am I going to do with the rest of my life?
What do you want me to do?
Hit me.
You're a 15-year-old girl. Oh. What the hell?
Act like a bitch, get slapped like a bitch.
He's the same old Dave, where you last left him, really, and doesn't really know what to do with his life other than he likes dressing up as a superhero. And if he's going to do it, he better start training like one. So he reaches out to Hit Girl, because who better to train you than a psycho ninja killer.
Oh, God. Oh, take your tampon out. The last thing you know about Hit Girl is that her father just died, and now you pick it up 4 to 5 years after the fact, and she's basically at a loss, and she doesn't really know what she's doing. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't really know if she's a vigilante or a villain, and if she's killing for fun, or if she actually does think she's going to bring justice to the situation.
My daddy made me promise I'd never stop defending this city. I'm prepared for anything.
My character has gone a little crazy. He lost his father at the end of the first one, and then something happens to his mother in this one, and he has nowhere to turn. And when that happens to someone, you have nowhere to go but the dark side, and revenge is on his mind to get Kick-Ass. I am gonna make Kick-Ass pay for what he did to my dad.
Yo, Kick-Ass! Well, to explain Kick-Ass 2, I guess, Kick-Ass 1, he wanted to be Spider-Man. Kick-Ass 2, he wants to be in the Avengers. You know, it's the escalation. Like, if you're a superhero, you eventually want to be in a superhero team.
Aren't you tired of being on your own? Don't you want to belong to something bigger than you?
The big idea in Mark's comic is that Kick-Ass sort of inspires this movement of normal, everyday people who want to try to make the world a better place by putting on masks and capes and trying to fight crime.
Together we can make a difference.
Hell yeah!
It's like the real-life Avengers in this. Kick-Ass builds the Justice Forever team with Jim Carrey, Donald Faison, Clark Duke.
At the same time, you've got Christopher Mintz-Platz's character forming the first supervillains team. So the second movie is a kind of response to the first movie, which is that a bunch of guys suddenly think they want to be superheroes too and form a team, and then you get a reaction to that, which is the supervillains. So this is Empire Strikes Back to our Star Wars.
I'm building an evil army. Who is this guy? He's claiming to be the world's first real supervillain.
I saw Kick-Ass just as a fan. I didn't know anyone involved in the movie at the time. I bought a ticket just like the rest of you. And so when I started to talk to Matthew Vaughn about the sequel, I just thought about what I wanted to see the characters do and how I wanted to see them grow and how I imagined everyone would want to see them pushed further. And so that's what we did. This is not some rinse and repeat sequel where all the characters just go through the same motions. We really try to put them through the meat grinder.
We're putting an end to this costume freak. If they're wearing a mask, they're getting detained.
You already saw Hit Girl in Red Mist and Kick-Ass in the first movie. You didn't want to see the same storyline as the first one, and I feel like in action movie sequels, you really got to up the ante.
And we didn't necessarily have to do it. It wasn't an option to do a second. It's just that we all fell in love with the idea of doing it again, and so it really came out of a passion piece. It was, you know, where most sequels you're forced to do it, so this felt like a natural build, and it had a natural time to give us another platform to go from. You know, Chloe's a lot older and physically different, and you know, she's in high school and you know, taking on the popular kids, and you want to know how Hit Girl can handle that.
Mindy, you're up.
4 attackers. No escape.
I wanted to see the girl behind the wig. I wanted to see less of Hit Girl, which we saw in the first one. We know exactly what Hit Girl does. We know how she fights, we know who she fights, we know that she can kill anyone she wants, but we don't know who Mindy is.
You've never kissed a boy, have you?
Oh my God, that is so adorable.
Maybe he's a dyke.
Maybe I'll jam my foot up your snatch. We saw Mindy twice in the original, so I wanted to show who's the girl that is alone, that doesn't have a dad, that has a stepdad that's a cop, that she can't even trust because she knows that in half a second he'd arrest her.
Hey, man.
Hey, Marcus, what's up?
I see you answered your phone. That means you're not in school.
I was, but I wasn't feeling so good, and so the nurse decided to send me home.
Poor thing. Well, I'm almost home. I'll make you some soup, and we can watch Jeopardy.
All right, I'll see you soon, okay?
All right.
You got my soup?
I sort of had the best of both worlds on this film because I had an amazing cast already in place, and then I had the added bonus of being able to cast all these other great roles like Colonel Stars and Stripes with the unforgettable Jim Carrey.
Colonel Stars and Stripes, reporting for duty.
Jim's amazing, man. I only worked one day with him, but it was like a really intense scene, and I was such a huge fan of his. Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, Truman Show is one of my favorite movies, so to sit even closer than we are right now and working opposite him was surreal.
And try to have fun. Otherwise, what's the point?
He stepped on board as a fan of the first one and a real fan of the comic book, and he created his look from the comic book, and that meant hours of prosthetics every day, you know, which he paid for and done, you know, like we didn't have a budget, so and most of them were saying, well, you know, we can't afford to do it. And he's like, I don't care, I'll do it because this is how I see it and how I want to approach the role. And he did an accent, and he had fake teeth, and he had a crooked nose, and you know, that's someone who's really dedicated and passionate about what they do.
I'm sorry. I just don't understand why people feel the need to use that language.
Jim kind of takes on the place of what Big Daddy had in the first one. He kind of takes on that fatherly, paternal aspect, showing people that, yeah, we're doing fun vigilante stuff, but this is real life. You know, these are real human souls. We're killing real people. We're saving real lives. This isn't just, you know, Halo. We can't respawn. You know what I mean? And I think that's, you know, the gravitas that comes with that type of character is what you need in a crazy comic book movie.
We're the good guys. They're the dead guys. Franz, wieder. Ow, Jesus! Yeah, there's a dog on your balls.
What I think makes Kick-Ass 2 cool is that we really tried to walk this line where we didn't reboot or reimagine the property. I mean, it is the Kick-Ass that you know and love, but also it's not some rinse and repeat type sequel where we just put them through all the same motions as the first film. We take the characters that you remember. Dave, Chris, and Mindy are back, but we push them further, and we've turned up the action, we've made the humor more outrageous, and we've, I think, made the emotion even more raw and even more honest.
Kick-Ass isn't a costume. It's who you really are.
People always forget movies in general, not just superhero movies, just to enjoy it when it's, have a laugh as well, you know, like so many of these things take themselves so seriously. Like Richard Donner, who did the first Superman film, said to me about 4 years ago whenever I met him for lunch one time, and he's one of my heroes, and he says, always keep the funny, kids, always keep the funny in it. And it was such great advice because the dark doesn't mean anything unless you're having a laugh too. And I think Kick-Ass is really funny. I think it's as funny as any of the comedies that's been out this summer, you know, but the action is better than the action movies that's out there. You know, I think the balance is really cool with it.
We gotta make this right.
The anticipation's killing me. There's a lot of diehard fans with this. You know, we just brought some footage to Comic-Con, and those are the best fans in the world. You know, they come from everywhere. And if they don't like something, they let you know. And we showed them a bunch of footage, and they were really excited about it. So I want people to go in and, you know, be excited to see Red Mist, you know, Hit Girl, Kick-Ass, see all these characters they love and hopefully walk out happy.
What do you say? You in?
Why the hell not?
It's a roller coaster of emotions. It has amazing fight scenes, it has amazing explosions, but it has true heart and it has true feeling and it has a real gravity to what's going on, and you realize that these bad people are actually doing bad things and these good people are actually trying to fix what these bad people are doing, you know? And it has a real meaning behind all the silliness, you know? It kind of catches you up for a good 30 minutes and then it just kind of hits you in the face.
I think what Kick-Ass kind of has is this kind of raw originality and something that is like, it's unpredictable, you know? And it's just a roller coaster of madness.
There's no room for punks in suits. Just real heroes who can really kick ass.
Yeah, anytime someone even suggested on the set we might be going too far, I would point at the title that was printed on something. I'd be like, our movie's called Kick-Ass 2. If that's not the answer to whether or not we're going too far, I don't know what is. So we definitely pushed it on the set. That being said, then when I was in the edit, I always just went with my gut as far as when I needed to pull it back, because you don't want the movie to ever turn into a parody. I mean, it still needs to have a foot in the real world. That's what's great about Kick-Ass, you know? People get shot, like, you know, you don't always land your punches. I mean, this is a story of real superheroes in the real world, and we wanted to hold on to that. But at the same time, we know that the fans are gonna expect us to surprise them and do things that other movies wouldn't do.
Oh, God! This 15-year-old girl just owned your ass.
It's being able to throw away lines, because if you really put the inflection in a lot of the lines that are written, you would look like a psychopath, you know what I mean? So you have to deliver it in a realistic manner when it's an unrealistic film.
Game on!